I think, well, for London, it has to be, it's the place to be. You have to really come to London to be in the contemporary art scene. You can be in many other places, but at some point you have to be in London in terms of all the art galleries, all the art opportunities, and all the art buyers as well, for that matter. I think it's absolutely, they should definitely do an art fair. If they can do it through a gallery, that's fantastic, but if they can't, I'd encourage them to probably do it themselves. I always say to any artist now that half of the time should be producing the work and half of the time should be promoting it.
I was attracted to Artrooms partly because of the space itself. It's unusual for an artist to have control over the kind of contemporary modern space that you find within the Melier Hotel in London. And also it's just a very exciting opportunity to exhibit with a range of artists from all over the globe, all within one beautiful setting. I think it's important for contemporary artists to attend art fairs as regularly as possible, mainly because you're seeing people at the peak of their careers really producing work and getting it out there into the commercial art world. And whether you're a fine artist or a commercial artist, you need to understand how sales are made, where they're made, and to whom. And so it's good to be within that environment to soak up that kind of atmosphere. I would say to emerging artists, the best thing to do is to really bond closely to contemporaries who you admire. Don't be afraid to compete. Don't be afraid to collaborate on projects. Really try and trade your ideas and really work together towards bigger ideas, because it means you can stand more proudly by yourself.
It's such a problem as an emerging artist to be seen, to be discovered, to be found, to share what you're doing. It seems as though the only way to do it is through the big galleries, and to get representation is really hard, and they take a huge amount of money from you anyway, and it's all just such hard work. So I think what London can do to support emerging artists is provide far more opportunities for artists to connect directly with the public. The most important thing for me is that if I don't, if I don't make time for art, it would never happen. But I actually think it's really important. So I think you have to put the time in your diary for art, just the way you would any other appointment. Because if you don't do that, it can go to the bottom of the priority list, or not even get on the priority.
I feel that there is a little bit of a lack of exposure of Southeast Asian art in the West, which I think for those passionate like me to bring awareness on Southeast Asian art, I feel there's the gap, and then there's also the possibility for us, people like me, to work on this. What London can do, London is an amazing art hub, so London can do anything for anybody, I guess. It's just a matter of creating the opportunities, and that means having or choosing, selecting platforms and encouraging Southeast Asian artists that perhaps are not so well known in the West. And it's a matter of really bridging the gaps between the East and the West. The other compared to the West is a long debate of what the West feels with regards to Asia. And I think there's also time now to bridge this gap and really find the reciprocal ground for connection and exposing works that are perhaps new to London, but because they're new, they can emphasize a little bit of richness on Southeast Asia.
Once at the gallery, they used to have a more nice approach. They used to care about artists. They used to wait the artist to develop, so they used to give time to the artist. Nowadays, you fail to sell twice, you are out of the gallery.
So I'm from Los Angeles, and I've been in England for about a year or so now, mostly in Bournemouth. But I've been in London for the past few weeks, and I've been cruising around. I've seen a lot of art, street art, and a lot of art venues. But I do feel like there are a lot of price constraints for young artists trying to make it in London. Things are very expensive, and it seems like it's difficult to get your foot in the door. But there are opportunities, just like this one that we're currently in the process of. Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult for me to say fully, just because I'm not a full-time resident here, and so I haven't done any art fairs or anything like that. But I have friends that are involved in the artistic community here, and they're enjoying it. It's highly competitive though, and I guess just more opportunities for exposure. I think is probably the biggest key element for young artists, I would say.
It was a very exciting opportunity. It's the first of its kind in London, and I thought it would be such an amazing experience to be part of something new. I recommend that any emerging artist goes and visits a few art fairs to see what it's like, and then if they want to take part, it's again a very good place to get noticed. I personally went to the Rotterdam International Art Fair in September, and it was an amazing experience. I found in the last year that I've been out and publicising my art that it's very expensive, and it's an expensive business to be in as an artist. So London could actually support emerging artists by making it more affordable for taking part.
It was a very interesting project, and actually the layout of the whole thing is actually very, very interesting. In the hotel rooms, people not only come for the lobby bar, but as well to come and see some pieces of art. Even a viewer will come, and he will have a positive side as well, even if he doesn't buy. But you will see the hotel, you will see the rooms, and you will see a different environment of a hotel room. It's different, and to be different, it's very appealing and very warm. I think so.
Onestamente dovrebbe cambiare tutto il parco politico, perché non hanno la cultura contemporanea, hanno una cultura antica, e credo che a loro interessi poco l'arte italiana, dunque è proprio un problema che ha la radice. L'hotel ha l'opportunità di far passare tante persone di vari paesi che magari si trovano tutti nello stesso punto, e c'è una sorta di contaminazione, un po' come succede con le fiere. È una passerella molto importante che ti permette in pochi giorni di avere un parco di visitatori molto grande, cosa che non succede nelle mostre normali. E Londra credo sia al primo posto per quanto riguarda la sperimentazione, gli artisti più potenti sono qui a Londra.